One day, Quacker was thinking. That's right, thinking. What am I going to play? Nothing. I know, I'll play this instead. Hello and welcome to Game Club, and today we'll be playing Carnival of Monsters. It's a card game, but apparently it's more than that. So join us as we unbox, then play, then review Carnival of Monsters. Right, hello everyone, and welcome to this unbox, I think is the correct term. Lovely box work. I like the details, some of these sort of little details here, these kind of bizarre side images as well. That's also replicated on the side of the box as well. If you see, you've got some lovely side images as well of some of the characters that will be part of the game, some of the locales. Looks pretty good. Right, okay, so we get our instruction guide. Now, from what I understand, the game is quite simple to digest, simple to play. Right, we've got listed what it is, the idea of the game, then we've got setting up of the game. Okay, fine. Playing the game, spending money and taking loans, interesting. Right, so we get the phases, the seasons. So the phase, reveal season card, 2, capture and play carnival cards, phase 3, danger check, phase 4, season ends. Okay, pretty self-explanatory stuff. We will look forward to playing that, danger check. Okay, right, brilliant. Now, get this playing center, which folds out like that. Actually, it opens up with the unpunched items in there. So we'll put those there. Out for a second. Okay. Then we've got, these are the player cards, I believe. And we've got the, I love these plastic bags. Makes me always happy to get a good plastic bag. Dice, scoring sheets, cards with some interesting images on there. There's a griffin, that looks like. I think these are the location cards as well. So brilliant. Right, what we'll do is we'll unpunch it, and then we will show you what it looks like once it's all good to go. So this is the board, good quality board, nice structure, a little bit kind of self-contained, a bit too close together I find, but overall I think people will enjoy that. It does become a bit cluttered when you put the coins on there. People will probably say, why do you keep all the coins on there? Because you're instructed to, and because also it just makes life a lot easier, because then you can make your little pools of stuff. But overall, not bad. And then you get these little cards which are for you. I like the graphic on it. I think it's done well. This Carnival of Monsters, and then of course the other thing to note is the booklet, which is quite concise, which you'd expect from a Richard Garfield game, but to the point that I would say that sometimes it can be slightly confusing. So I would recommend going onto the forums. Amigo have some great forums which they obviously answer some of the questions that prod and poke up. And then finally, of course, you have your little score sheet. I think it's too crowded personally, but overall people who all like this game or like Garfield's work will certainly like this. I'm not a massive fan of it because I think it's just a bit overly crowded. The only other thing to note as well is the quality of the cards, which I think, once again, the artwork is absolutely stunning. That's the location cards, and then you've got your monster cards, which I think is really beautiful. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I think that they are of an exceptional quality, which we would expect, and we certainly, it's in keeping with the thematic take of the game. I think it's really good. Right, okay, and join me as I will then go and review Carnival of Monsters. So we can't do a review of Carnival of Monsters without mentioning two things. One is obviously Richard Garfield. Garfield's Magic the Gathering was seminal work, and one that really launched the card collection series of games. One that from '93, and I remember I was about 12, I think, at that time. It was very popular. I wasn't a massive fan of it, but other people were very big fans of it. I still preferred Games Workshop stuff. But anyway, now Carnival of Monsters, this unfortunately failed in its Kickstarter. Tried to be launched on Kickstarter and failed, and then was picked up by Amiga, who launched it. The quality of the work is substantial. Garfield's work is very good. He has a consistency, and the products that he's made, bar obviously outside of Magic the Gathering, are pretty brilliant. I mean, if you want to see, if you go onto the Facebook page of his, you'll be able to see the long list of work that he's got. I personally, King of Tokyo is one that obviously flags up for me. King of New York, obviously the big fighter game, which I call the basically Rampage rip-off, although it's not really, it's a bit more than that. And of course Vampire the Eternal Struggle and Rover Rally, if you've ever played that, is also very good as well. Carnival of Monsters is basically Magic the Gathering, just pared down somewhat. I suspect that you'll probably see expansions of this if it does launch, although I have a grey feeling it won't, because his work has started to go into decline, not terminal decline, but decline in the sense of for audience interest, because there's a lot more competition out there. Where Carnival Monsters takes off is that I like its functions with seasons, I like its functions with playability, and the fact that you can build. It's a card builder, it's a set building game, and as such, people will enjoy that because they obviously are used to that from Magic the Gathering. I'm not a massive fan of those sort of games because I find that they can be slightly ploddy, and also you have to play them with more than two people, because if you do play them with just two people, it becomes very much everyone gets a full selection of what they want and desire, and the set is built quite quickly. I prefer a little bit more of a challenge where the set takes a bit more time to develop, and also that allows you to be a bit more sort of mercenary in the way that you deal with things, so you can play with other cards and you find new options there, and I find that quite fun. That's where Carnival Monsters takes off, and Magic the Gathering was also very good like that. But Carnival Monsters, because it's self-contained though, does allow you to be able to go through all options a lot more easy than Magic the Gathering. Richard Garfield is stuck to something he knows well, and I think this is substantially a good job. The artwork is exceptional and plays on a lot of Potteresque stuff. I have to say that word, because it is Potteresque, and I think it's also that kind of sort of faux Gothic and that kind of Carnival type stuff from the sort of Gothic period, the Victorian period. So that's the mise en scène of the work is good, but overall the game itself is not anything that's revolutionary or new, and I feel, or I fear, that this won't really sort of disseminate into the audience or the wider audiences, and maybe some of his fans will miss that, which will be a shame. But overall, it's well worth playing if you are a set builder, if you like set builder, if you like card games, or if you like games where you get sort of quirky monsters. But overall, for me, it's one that I probably would be able to miss without sort of much of a concern. So that was Carnival Monsters. I'm Simon, and this was Game Club. Thank you for watching.